Try over 70 Linux distros in your browser. No install, no risk. DistroSea full guide and honest review. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you ever been curious about Linux, but the idea of downloading ISOs, creating bootable USBs, or setting up virtual machines feel like too much hassle, I got something really exciting for you today. Imagine being able to test Ubuntu, Fedora, Linux Mint, Arch Linux, Zorin OS, and dozens more, all from the comfort of your web browser. No downloads, no changes to your computer, just click and explore. That's exactly what DistroSea.com lets you do. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything: how it works, what it likes in real use, the pros, the limitations, and whether it's worth your time in 2026. If you're a Linux newbie, a distro hopper, or just someone who wants to window shop operating systems without any commitment, stick around. This might be the easiest way to finally dip your toes into the Linux world. So, what is DistroSea? DistroSea is a free online platform that runs real Linux distributions and even a few fun non Linux options like Haiku or ReactOS inside isolated virtual machines on their servers. It then streams the entire desktop straight to your browser using secure remote desktop technology. You ask about the result? You get a fully interactive Linux environment, desktops, apps, terminal, the works without installing anything on your own device. As of right now, they offer more than 70 different distributions with various desktop environments and versions. Popular ones include Ubuntu with all the official flavors like Kubuntu, Lubuntu, and Ubuntu Cinnamon. Fedora, Linux Mint, Pop OS, Zorin OS, Manjaro, Elementary OS, and even lightweight options like Puppy Linux or TinyCore. You can also find specialized ones like Tails for privacy or Bezite for gaming. It's basically the spiritual successor to the old distrotest.net that many of us loved years ago. But DistroSea feels more modern, better maintained, and keeps adding new distros and improving performance. So, how does it actually work under the hood? You don't need to know the technical details to use it, but here is the quick version. The team uses efficient VM tools to spin up fresh instances of each distro from their official ISO files. These run on powerful cloud servers, and the desktop is streamed to you through your browser. It's all handled securely, and each session is completely isolated, so nothing can affect your actual computer. Getting started is ridiculously simple. First, head over to the DistroSea.com. Next, browse or search for the distro you want. Then, click Try or the Start button. And finally, within seconds, sometimes after a short queue for super popular ones like Ubuntu, the desktop loads right in your browser window. No sign up required to start exploring. You can even go full screen for a more immersive feel. Now, let's talk about what you can actually do once you're in. This is a live environment. Think of it like booting a Linux USB in try before you install mode. You get full access to the desktop, the App Store, or Package Manager. And yes, you can install software. In my testing, I fired up Ubuntu 24.10 and had no trouble installing VLC, GIMP, and even doing a bit of light development work. The default user usually has sudo rights with no password hassles. Now, about the internet access inside the distro. It works once you sign in with a Google account or through their Patreon integration. This is a safety measure to prevent abuse, and it's clearly explained on the site. Without logging in, you can still explore the desktop and offline tools. Performance wise, it's impressive for what it is. Mouse movement, typing, and basic multitasking feel surprisingly responsive if you have a solid internet connection. I tested it on both a desktop and laptop. Everything from web browsing to photo editing worked fine. Lighter distros like Linux Lite or Anti-X feels even snappier. But it's not perfect, and that's okay because it's not trying to replace a full install. Here is the honest scoop on the limitations. Number 1, you'll need a stable, decent speed internet connection. If your Wi Fi drops, the session disconnects. Number 2, there can be noticeable lag if you push it hard. Opening too many browser tabs, heavy multitasking, or running demanding apps. It's fine for exploring and light use though. Number 3, sessions are temporary. Close the tab or get disconnected after inactivity, usually a few minutes, and everything resets. No saving files across sessions. Number 4, no audio support yet in most sessions. Videos play but without sound. Number 5, popular distros sometimes have a short queue during peak times. Now, number 6, it's a live environment, so you can't test hardware specific things like Wi Fi drivers or gaming performance on your actual machine. Despite those points, DistroSea is still one of the lowest friction ways to try Linux I have ever seen. No risk of breaking your current setup, no storage space used, no technical setup required. It's perfect for beginners who just want to see if they like GNOME versus KDE or whether Zorin OS feels more Windows like. A lot of people in the Linux community are supporting this project through donations and Patreon because it runs on real server costs. If you end up loving it and using it often, consider giving them a few bucks. They offer perks like better performance, more resources, and an ad-free experience for supporters. So, should you try DistroSea? Absolutely. Especially if you have been thinking about switching to Linux, but keep putting it off. It's the perfect, no pressure way to explore. Start with something beginner friendly like Ubuntu or Linux Mint. Play around for 15 to 20 minutes and see how it feels. After that, if you like what you see, you can move on to creating a live USB or setting up a proper virtual machine for deeper testing. DistroSea won't replace a real installation, but it removes every single barrier that stops people from trying Linux in the first place. Link to the DistroSea is in the description below. Go check it out and let me know in the comments which distro you tried first. Did it change your mind about Linux? Drop your thoughts, and if you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more Linux guides and reviews, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.